To better understand the world we live in today, all we have to do is turn to Thomas Sowell, who at the ripe old age of 93 is one of the most brilliant public intellectuals alive today in the United States, or anywhere else for that matter. You see, back in 1987, he published A Conflict of Visions. In this now classic, he offers a simple and powerful explanation of why people disagree about politics. We disagree about politics, Sowell argues, because we disagree about human nature. We see the world through one of two competing visions, each of which tells a radically different story about human nature. Those with unconstrained vision think that humans are malleable and can be perfected somehow. They believe that social ills and evils can be overcome through collective action that encourages humans to behave better. To subscribers of this view, poverty, crime, inequality, and war are not inevitable. Rather, they are puzzles that can be solved. We need only to say the right things, enact the right policies, and spend enough money, and we will suffer these social ills no more. This worldview is the foundation of the progressive mindset, as well as secular humanists. This is the worldview that believes in the mantra, deep down, we're all just good people, right? These are folks who seek salvation through virtue signaling and kneeling at the altar of political correctness. To them, there is no greater virtue than the one of tolerance, which ultimately results in them tolerating every type of insanity and through the process, ironically, becoming intolerant of anyone who disagrees with them. Basically, those with the unconstrained vision see those that they ideologically oppose as evil people with evil ideas, which means that the end justifies the means, given that they are ultimately fighting a holy war. And those are my additional thoughts to what Thomas Sowell had originally mentioned. Now, by contrast, those who see the world through a constrained vision, Thomas Sowell says, that lens believe that human nature is a universal constant. No amount of social engineering can change the sober reality of human self-interest or the fact that human empathy and social resource are necessarily scarce. People who see things this way believe that most political and social problems will never be solved. They can only be managed. This approach is the bedrock of the conservative worldview, and I believe as well the Judeo-Christian worldview. For example, in the Bible, Matthew 15:19 states, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, slander." Sounds like quite the opposite of deep down we're all just good people, huh? At one time, they viewed the unconstrained vision folks as just misguided folks with bad ideas. However, over the past years, I would say that's changed. I think these days, they are more accurately viewing them as what they really are, with the most generous rendering being misguided and deluded people with naive and Pollyannish ideas, and the most startling being evil people with evil civilizational ending ideas. Anyway, those are just a few of my thoughts to add to what Thomas Sowell had already said. Now, I put a link in the notes section to all of Thomas Sowell's amazing books. Please check them out. Have a read. He is like I said, an amazing intellectual, a man who really makes you think and has thought through these issues deeply and profoundly. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. You can follow me on my Rumble, my Locals, my YouTube. I'm also on Twitter at Camera612, and I will see you next time.